Vampire Drugs. Vampire Drugs. Vampire Drugs. Smells the blood, vampire dust. Smells the blood, vampire dust. Vampire dust. Vampire dust. He smells the blood, vampire dust. He smells the blood, vampire dust. He smells the blood. Vampire dust. Vampire dust.
Michael's Super Mix. In the beginning of the end of terrestrial man as he is known to be.
Okay. Okay. You have just heard who will be one of our special guests a little bit later. That song was written and performed by our very own good friend and performing artist, Geordie K from Scotland. I believe it's called Vampire Dust. I love it. Geordie, I love that new song of yours. You're a very talented young man. And I am here with my first special guest, a longtime friend, the one and only competitive physical fitness athlete, the Commodore Jeff Sambello, originally from Boston, now living in the maritime province of, I believe it's St. John, New Brunswick, Canada. All right. I'm testing my memory. Okay, now, Commodore Jeff Zambello. Did you go all the way up in the upper left-hand corner where it says StreamYard? And to the left of that is a teeny tiny little padcock. All right, when you click on that, it should drop down. It should drop down, and it'll allow the video, the microphone, blah 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 blah. Let me know if such a thing dropped down. Yes. Okay. Select authorize the microphone to allow it. I'm sorry, allow it to work. Anyway, people, I'm sorry. I'm your host, James P. Madonna of Mega Life 21 Progressive Discussions, since on the air, on the web since 1995. Welcome to Progressive Discussions. Okay. Really? Really? I wonder if it's some kind of a firewall blocking, a Canadian government firewall blocking. That's weird. Isn't that strange? Isn't that strange? Well, okay. I have a second question. On the PC that you're using right now at work, on the bottom is the PC muting the microphone? Like, see if you can find. No. Okay. So what we have here is a mystery, an internet mystery that doesn't make any sense. As Mr. Spock used to say on Star Trek, it is very illogical. Oh, all right. Well, I just want to start off by welcoming everyone. Yes, it is Sunday afternoon. Why do we pick Sunday afternoon? Because many people are not available on Friday nights and Saturday nights. And at the time, my political correspondent, Jason Cleveland, was available. Happy post-Easter Sunday, everyone. Post-Easter Sunday. Now, speaking of post-Easter, I went to church yesterday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I went to church, the Catholic Church of the Holy Rosary, founded in, not that it was lost, but it was founded, it was built and opened up 1906, which makes it a historic landmark. And I went, and just like other people complain, church people will be church people. Nobody was talking to each other. There was no communication except the priest, Father Jose, the Philippine priest, had a couple words to say to two gentlemen that volunteer to do stuff. That's about it. Has to do with bringing the money up front in the baskets. But and then he talks to his paisans, his fellow Filipinos. He talks a mile a minute, but he didn't really say much. And this is why I designed a mystical altar in my apartment, a very nice one too, with many things. And because I really noticed that people in churches have a lot more hangups than people outside of churches, as far as fellowship and friendliness and stuff like that. No, but I did have a good Easter weekend at my sister Lisa's house, and we did eat good. And I haven't seen Lisa and Jerry in a very long time, because there was just a lot of stuff going on by them, and it was one of those things. Shit happens, and I haven't seen them in a long time, and it was a pleasure seeing them. You know, I really enjoyed the 3 days I spent there. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll send it to you. It is a combination of mysticism, uh, which really does exist, and Catholicism, Christianity. It is a blend. Um, the the Bishop Brian, I'm sorry, the exorcist Bishop Brian Ouellette of the hit show The Ghost Adventures on the Travel Channel told me that there's nothing evil about mysticism. Sometimes good spirits, angels, or the divine power communicates with us through mysticism or dreams. You can get a message in dreams. I get them. I get prophetic dreams. Okay. No bunny surprises, Bart, huh? Yeah, we want to welcome Bart Robinson of the land of the Jersey Devil. He is from southwestern New Jersey. I believe it's a suburb of Philadelphia. He's in farm country. I guess he's not far from the Pine Barrens, where the infamous Jersey Devil resides. Welcome, Bart Robinson, as always. And actually, Jordy K should be joining us soon. I really love that song, that non-copyrighted new song he made. That was the best one I've ever heard. And you heard it at the beginning of the show as our theme. Hold on. Commodore Jeff Zambello. In my dreams, I see my former girlfriends from the 1980s and 1990s. Is it just your memory updating them, or are they deceased, or both? I get a lot of prophecy in my dreams, a lot of prophetic. Then I have silly dreams that are totally ridiculous and make no sense whatsoever. That's right. Bart Robinson enjoyed a decline. And what is that other gentleman from the West Coast? He's a hell of a nice young man. Fire Island, or the Island of Fire, the Isle of Fire. And Daryl Messias, I believe. Daryl Messias from Northern California. He comes on too. Real time and real dialogue. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. You like my yeah, dreams are, when we're asleep, the spirit world, often that's the only way they can communicate with us, is when we're sleeping. Deep REM sleep, they call it. Let me see if so is any of the dreams about your past girlfriends related to my my avatar, perhaps? Or is it just strictly platonic conversation? Oh, the pollen count must be going up because I'm scratching my eyes. Oh, boy. Oh. Okay. A little music. I'm going to try to play John Philip Sousa's Stars and Stripes Forever. reveille. Well, first the racehorse song. How was that, Commodore Jeff Sambello? Yeah, they make you sad because, sometimes when you have a good relationship and things are going great, when you're young, dumb, and full of cum, you make mistakes. And they could be mistakes that you later on regret. I've made mistakes that I later on regretted. And if I only used my brain, if I had a more mature brain back then, and I did apply intelligence and logic instead of being young, dumb, and full of cum, I could have prolonged. Oh, you're having those almonds, Jeff Sambello. Almonds, raw almonds, not toasted. Raw almonds and raw walnuts. Never pass up walnuts. And you ready for this? Very important for men. Raw pumpkin seeds. The shelled, the green pumpkin seeds. You combine those three items and you got a powerful snack. Now, if you throw in some dried fruit, like dried Turkish apricots or some dried figs or some dried Manuka raisins, now you got electrolytes. Now you got better than any sports drink. You know what I mean? Better than any sports drink. Or if you get sugar-free dried papaya chunks and sugar-free dried mango, now you're talking about even a greater powerhouse of nutritional value. Okay, let me just check something. Let me check something. I'll be right with you, people. I'll be right with you. I tell you one thing, people are really, not only are they whack jobs today, they're out of their minds, but they're also very inconsistent. And these are people I know well, acquaintances, very inconsistent. I have always been consistent, my friends. It's very important for a pillar of society. If you want to become a better human being, being truthful and consistent is important. Even if you have a massive headache, if somebody asks you a question or tries to communicate with you, please give them an answer, even though it's a short sentence. Say something. Say something to them. A lot of people, when they're in a bad mood, they think they're the only person that has problems in this world, and they won't answer you. They won't reply to you. Unbelievable. Let's see what else we got going here. Jordy, let's see now. Jordy. Jordy. Yeah, they all got it, man. They all got it. They all got it. They all got the link. Okay. I want to show you people something. Let's talk a little Chiseler's Hall of Shame. All right. I'm going to warn you. If you're going to buy food manufactured by a nationally advertised corporate American company, please read the ingredients. In this case, I attempted to try my uh, whole wheat organic spaghetti with white clam sauce. This was on sale. Never again. Here we have a popular company, Bumblebee whole baby clams. Right now, I'll be damned. I forgot my magnifying glass. Hold on, I'll be back in like 10 seconds. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm here. I'm back. My nudge. My nudge. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, classic linguine with clam. Sure, it's classic. Let's see what we got here. Ingredients. Whole baby clams. Water contains 2% or less salt, citric acid, calcium disodium EDTA to preserve color. Oh, gee, yeah, everything's got to look pretty to people, right? Disodium pyrophosphate to maintain flavor and firmness. Why can't they just add old-fashioned sea salt? Why do they have to add all this shit? And it's distributed by Bumblebee Seafoods, San Diego, California, product of Indonesia, which I don't care because the 7 Seas is the 7 Seas. You know, hold on. Oh yeah, that song was from Geordie, you know, Commodore. Just want to show people. Look at those terrible ingredients in the Bumblebee. Shame on you, Bumblebee Seafoods. You have been inducted into the Progressive Discussions Chiselers Hall of Shame. You suck. You hereby really, really suck. So get a good bird's eye view of that. Horrible ingredients. Never again. Never again. Geordie is somewhere, but he will be arriving. Better late than never. Because I got to congratulate him on that new song that I played at the beginning of the show in my theme. Okay, I'm going to pour myself what I consider one of the best bangs for the buck in wine for you people that love to partake in some nice antioxidant rich medicinal wine. Here's fine Ruby Porto from Portugal, John Croft. I think it only cost me like $12. I highly recommend it. Highly, Bart Robinson says. Oh yeah, I have a few Avatar memories also. Yeah, I knew you guys would like my my Avatar there. Okay, I'm going to pour some of this John Croft port wine, 20% alcohol by volume. It is a dessert wine. It's for sipping. And I have it chilled on an ice block, you know, one of those blue ice blocks that I get at the Dollar Tree. I keep them in the freezer. And I will show you the glass that I inspired Mr. Ronald J. Theriot to buy at the Dollar Tree. Very thick, beautiful wine glass. See how thick the glass is? It's no crap here. For $1. Hear that? All right. And when I go back to the Dollar Tree, I will purchase more. Oh, yeah, the Valenzano from South Jersey, Valenzano blueberry wine and cranberry wine. And I think they have a strawberry wine, but let me tell you, get the blueberry wine. Bart, if you see it, it's in South Jersey somewhere, Valenzano Winery. I just want to say good morning to my near dear darling Masumi. from the Tokyo, Japan region. Good morning to you and happy Monday. It is now 8:28 a.m. Monday in the Tokyo region of Japan. So greetings and good morning to you, Masumi. I toast you, Masumi, with some very good wine. If I had good sake, I would toast you. You know what I got to try, Masumi? I haven't tried it yet, but I got to try the Japanese whiskey made from sweet potato and rice. And it's not expensive like the other Japanese whiskeys, which cost a fortune. I got to try that. Yes, sir. Oh, the blueberry wine it wasn't blueberry flavored wine. You know, it wasn't like they took cheap grape wine and they put blueberry flavoring. No, it was blueberry wine, man, because South Jersey grows a lot of blueberries and cranberries in South Jersey. But they're known for blueberries, and the wine is delicious. So let me sip this. Yeah, so Bart, try to find out where it is. You never know. Maybe that winery's not far from your location, Bart Robinson. It's possible. Yeah, you can't beat, man, raw walnuts, raw almonds, and raw shelled pumpkin seeds. There are natural plant sterols that benefit the male hormonal system. Very androgenic. Yeah. Or instead of blackstrap molasses, which has a very strong iron flavor, you can try either raw wildflower honey, which is kind of expensive, or you can try a little turbinado sugar, which is the first squeeze of the sugar cane with all the molasses. It's a brown sugar that's raw sugar cane juice. You can try that. Blackstrap is highly nutritious, but for flavoring, it has a strong iron flavor because it has a lot of iron and potassium, one of nature's richest sources. Let me tell you something. Dulse is a superfood. If you could find, you have kelp, which Japanese call kombu, a very famous seaweed. You have nori, what they use to wrap the sushi. You have laver, which is very similar to nori, but darker, a bit darker. You have hijiki, which is a purplish black seaweed that's stringy and extremely high in calcium and minerals. But I'll tell you one thing, dulse, which is a brown seaweed, is one of the most nutritious foods on this planet. It is probably the best nutritional, best mineral, multi-mineral supplement and vitamins, multivitamin you can ever take. As far number one, the best multi-mineral supplement you can take is dulse. Dulse, North Atlantic dulse. So Commodore Jeff Zambello is absolutely correct, and they harvest dulse in the maritime provinces of Canada. Okay, I want to bring up some subjects. Let me see if I can get this up here. Oh, gee, I don't know where everybody is, but they're welcome to come on. Let's see. Okay, first things first. Let me go to this one. Jeff Zambello is going to get a kick out of this one. Let's see if I can. This is hilarious, but let me see if I can screen share. Bear with me, people. All right. Well, see if it'll. Oh, please. So they always want you to do something. Oh, leave me alone. They always try to sell something every time you look at an article today. And now oh shit. It's like they won't let me read the article. Let me try again. It won't let me read the article. You know what? They won't. You know, this is one of the things I hate about the internet, where you see a great article or video, you try to view it, and they put some soliciting in front of you, and you try to get rid of it. You try to click the X, and it takes you there anyway, even though you don't want it. You don't want to go. Oh, anyway, what this is about is you're gonna laugh. The plumber who found the $600,000 cash behind the toilet in the wall of one of Joel Osteen, the prosperity preacher, TV evangelist Joel Osteen, one of his buildings, that the building manager authorized the plumbers to come down, not Joel Osteen. So the plumber found the $600,000 in the wall. Now the plumber is trying to sue Joel Osteen because he wants a cut. He wants like a finder's fee. Holy crap. I mean, I know it was karma and fate that this happened, because it further exposes Joel Osteen, which, by the way, people are so fucking stupid and dumber than a bag of rocks that they like. I bet they're still watching his program and donating their money to him, because the money's not helping the poor, at all. So yeah, so that's what happened. Oh man. Hold on. There's Jordy. Jordy, whenever you're ready, we're here. I just want to tell you, Jordy, I love that new song of yours. What is it? What was it again? Vampire Dust. I love it. It sounds fantastic. I'm telling you, I really love it, and I am proud to debut it as the theme song at the beginning of this week's show. Yeah, let me see what's going on with Ronnie Simpson. Well, my grandfather, he had a saying. He used to tell people, you cut your nose off to spite your face. You are your own worst enemy. These people are fools. They're jackasses. The evidence is before them. They know what this man is all about, but they continue to follow him. They continue to believe him like he's a cult. You might as well say he's a cult leader. Like Marshall Applewhite, Jim Jones, the wacko from Waco, Texas, David Koresh, and Charles Manson. This is a form of cult. And these pathetic fools, these idiots, the evidence is right before them. It's biting them right on the tip of their nose, and they still follow him and send him money. Yeah, it is very tasty. Yeah, it's a South Jersey based winery, Valenzano. Okay. Sorry I couldn't bring up the article, but it didn't let me. But there's others. Now maybe Bart Robinson and Jeff Zambello can fill me in on the details of this organization, because originally Jason Cleveland was supposed to come on and tell stories about the HOA, but his daughter has t-ball games now on Sunday, and the season for t-ball ends in July. Okay. Oh, it is Jordy. Okay. Let me see if this will come up. Oh yeah.
Blake, now this story is getting a lot of people fired up online.
All right, hold on. Oh, let me bring on Jordy. Hold on, Jordy. What's going on here? Strange. Let me bring him up. There he is. The one and only Jordy, performing artist. Jordy, I love that song.
Yo.
That Vampire Dust.
Yeah, do you like it?
Oh, I loved it.
Oh, thank you, James. Thank you.
I really look forward. Fly first class. No, they have to have one or even more private jets that they use the parishioners' tithing donations to buy. A Commodore is here, Bart Robinson is here, I'm here, and performing artist Jordy is here. Now listen, I really love this song. This is probably the best song you've made yet so far, and you know, you should definitely add it to your internet accounts, your social media accounts. And I really enjoy listening to it at the beginning of the show. And I also have my avatar throbbing. My avatar was throbbing during this. All right. Okay. Now, let me see if I can bring
Thank you, James. Thank you. Thank you for playing it as well. Thank you.
It was really a great song, man. You have a bright future. There's no doubt in my mind.
I appreciate that. Thank you, brother.
I have a bright future. Let me see if this will come up. There we go. All right, I'm going to play this video. It has to do with the HOA. It's one of two screen shares that I have to show. Let me get this started.
Blake, now this story is getting a lot of people fired up online. A couple in Texas City being sued by their homeowners association. They could be on the hook for $100,000, all because of a few flower beds. Chris Costa spoke with them in Texas City about their fight with the HOA.
I like pretty flowers. I like my yard pretty.
We're being dealt with, let us say unjustly, if you will let me make an understatement there.
How could something so small,
The kind of bricks I use.
so delicate, cause a $100,000 problem?
It's a shame that you have to remove something that I would think would enhance the neighborhood. I'm okay.
Dottie and Klaus Tadema live in this home in the Lago Mar neighborhood and planted new flower beds a little over a year ago.
I had thought they'd give us a yard of the month sign or something.
Instead, they got hit with a lawsuit seeking up to $100,000 in damages, claiming they deliberately disobeyed and ignored HOA rules about how front yards in the neighborhood should look.
I feel like we have no freedom here. We have to do what they want or else. And that's not the way I want to live my retirement.
See this foundation at the bottom of the house? That's one of the problems the HOA had with all of the improvements the family made, in addition to the flower beds. We reached out to the HOA, but they said they don't comment on pending lawsuits. The couple paid the HOA $25 for an application to allow the home improvements. The HOA rejected that application in March.
With the idea to get rid of it, I guess.
They never did. So the HOA filed this lawsuit about 6 months later.
But I had no idea. I had no control over my yard. We paid for this home.
The HOA is fining them $3,000 for not fixing the violations. The Tadamas wish they could speak with the HOA in person.
If they would just show me, I'd be glad to accommodate. I don't want to be sued for this crazy amount of money. I can't afford to do this stuff.
In Texas City, Chris Costa, KHOU 11 News.
Other neighbors we spoke with off camera agreed the HOA is strict. Now, the couple says they have a lawyer and they plan to fight.
Oh, gee, Miz, that's really a shame. I mean, come on. Well, I mean, to be sued $100,000 for displaying the beauty of Mother Nature, like beautiful plants and flowers, and a retired couple doing this. This shows you how evil today's society and system of government, local government, federal government. You know, I'm sure it pissed off Commodore Jeff Zambello, and as well as Jordy and Bart Robinson. It is totally despicable and outrageous. Now there's another, it's horrible. There's another HOA. Let me see if I could share this. There's another one. Let me try to get this going.
We bundled our insurance with NJM and saved.
We bundled with the alpaca.
A lot of what you and the rest.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, bear with me, people. Oh, it's horrible. Bear with me, people. Okay. I will catch up on comments. Bear with me. I just want to show this last one. There we go. Oh man. Okay.
A lot of what you and the rest of the team do, Joe, is try to right the wrongs for people. But this is a little bit different.
This is different. Yeah, I met two great people, seniors having a tough time financially. Like a lot of us, they were hit with something unexpected and couldn't handle it alone.
You can see these spots here all along this.
Everywhere you look. What is that?
That's where it's just fading with the sun.
It's clear Joanne Rodriguez needs her house painted. Now it's not an option. This letter from the HOA demands it. Joanne says she can't afford the painting outside.
We'll give you a little time. I went, yeah, but that time, it could be a year from now.
Because of what's going on inside.
I still wouldn't have the money.
Eddie is her husband of 45 years.
He has dementia. And he also fell and broke his hip.
Add high blood pressure, diabetes, and a series of strokes. Joanne is Eddie's full-time caregiver. She says he was abused in a nursing home and won't have him move again.
I've been married to him for so many years. Why now? God said to stay together.
And Social Security can't pay the bills.
It's just not enough.
So when the HOA letter came about the mandatory painting, Joanne let me know, and we knew just where to go. Christ Church of the Valley agreed to help, and on a recent Saturday morning, we were there as church employees and members did what Joanne thought could never happen.
This is exactly the type of thing that our neighborhood groups are looking to do.
Eric Surratt is the church's East Valley campus pastor. Cracks were filled, faded spots brought back to life. Christ Church of the Valley has hundreds of neighborhood groups.
Getting connected within our community and making a difference while expecting nothing in return.
Except maybe a cookie cake delivered by a beaming Joanne.
What do you think about when you look behind you, you see those guys working as hard as they are here?
This is the biggest miracle that my husband and I have ever had in our lifetime.
That was outside. Inside, I asked Eddie what he thought about the church's help and finally getting his house painted. He said one word. Beautiful.
Yeah, and the house is as beautiful as you can see right here. Great work by Christ Church of the Valley. You people are really awesome. Thanks for making two people so very happy. Go to NBC15.com, click on sections, and let Joe know to see who else we've helped and how to protect yourself. If you need my help, you can call the Assistance League team. You can email me or find me on Facebook or Twitter.
Awesome story. Thanks, Joe.
All right. Yeah. Sad. Very sad. The fascist dictatorial wickedness of the H.O.A. and yeah, grease the wheels. Yeah. Local politicians on the take. You're absolutely right. It's horrible. Hey, Jordy, Commodore Jeff Sambello says he tried to get his microphone to go on, but for some reason, what I told him to do did not work. It is definitely a mystery. What are you drinking, Jordy? I told everybody what I'm drinking. I'm drinking fine ruby port, imported from Portugal, John Croft importers.
Wine?
Wine. Fine ruby port, dessert wine, 20% alcohol by volume. 1588 it was founded. 1588.
1588, nice.
1588.
I'm just thinking of Budweiser, but in fact, I'm actually going to grab another drink. I'll show you what I've got. I finished this Budweiser, but I'm going to grab something a little bit different. So I'll be right back, guys.
Okay, you're right, Commodore. The paper pushers that don't have real life experiences. They're textbook educated, and obviously many have no compassion or empathy for the 98% of the taxpayers. Oh yeah, that song was great. I don't know if you caught it, Bart. Yeah, you did catch it. That's right, because
thank you, Bart.
You were on before I went live, Bart Robinson. Yeah, he did catch that song.
Cheers, dude.
I'm telling you, I see. Next time I jam with you on my African drum, I want you to do stuff from your computer so I get to hear the real Jordy K techno.
James, I'm sorry about last time. I just didn't know my way around that piano.
Yeah, no. Go back to the computer. Okay, he's got. Let me give him a bird's eye view.
Jim Beam.
Very nice. Jim Beam peach flavored bourbon.
Bourbon. 32.5%. We got like after that left. That was from shout out to John, my mate John. He got me this last night. Me and him were drinking some stuff, so I'm going to just pour it in a glass.
Yeah. Yeah, no, your shades are really nice looking. I like those mirrored shades that have psychedelic multicolors on them, and nobody knows who you're looking at.
Yeah. I look terrible, James. That's why I've got my shades on, to be honest with you. And I'm quite stoned, so that's the reason for the shades. But yeah.
You know, but you look, you know, you're a celebrity, you're a performing artist, so you look good with the shades.
Cheers, man. Yeah, this is really smooth. This is smooth stuff. Jim Beam peach flavor. Yeah, it's good stuff actually. It's really smooth. I don't drink a lot of spirits, but it's nice straight. But holy hell, it kicks you in the balls. I'm going to add some Pepsi to it. Some Pepe Cola. I'll add some Pepsi to it, and I'll see what's right there. Oh, James, I shouted you out in my latest review. I done a review of this on my channel, Jim Beam Peach, and I shouted your channel out. I tell everyone to come and subscribe. So hopefully that works. Hopefully you get some subscribers from the den, you know. But yeah, cheers, Jim Beam Peach with Coke. Cheers everyone.
To you, Jordy K, performing artist Jordy K. Now,
cheers, James. Cheers, Commodore. Cheers, chat.
Yeah, I don't know where Mr. Eric Fraunfelter, Thomas Metal 75 is, because last night he told me no, not last night, Friday night on Fandango Friday. He says, "Oh yeah, I'm available. I want to be on. I want to be on." Yeah,
Jump on, Eric.
Yeah,
Jump
beyond
on.
my balls. Beyond. Where the hell is it? Yeah,
Excuse me.
He's beyond all right. He's beyond all right. But there are other people. There are other people. Let's see.
I've got this.
Well, let's bring on the other performing artists. We got another performing artist, and you might know him, Mr. Paul Anthony Mantia. Let's see.
Oh yeah. Oh,
yeah.
awesome,
Let's see
man.
if he's free. He just
What's up, Paul?
contacted me, and also the an old friend of mine, a blast from the past, professional wrestler, the reinforcer Andrew Anderson, the nephew of one of the Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson, and the star of the Golden Globe award-winning movie The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke and Marissa Tomei. He just contacted me, and he is going to try hard to be on the show, and that would be great. Golden Globe award winner, star of that Golden Globe movie, The Wrestler.
Nice.
I want those sunglasses for when I go to the gym and look at the pretty women. So I will not get caught looking at them. Yeah, you know what? That's a great thing about mirrored shades.
Commodore, you would suit these shades better than I do, man.
Don't, but
Definitely.
Please, but Commodore,
Bare to the bone.
Don't listen. Don't wear the shades when you swing. When you swing the steel mace, because you might knock yourself in the coconut with the steel ball.
Oh, fucking hell.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't wear shades. Yeah, it is sad. It's petty. I mean, how could anybody fine an elderly retired couple $100,000 for planting pretty flowers and beautiful plants in front of their home?
Oh yeah, I know.
Come on. They want you to, according to Jason Cleveland, you have to get permission to take a shit, man. You have to get permission for everything.
You have to have a permission to even fart.
For fart. I mean, whatever happened to you should hear the stories when Jason Cleveland can finally come back to the show. He's got some horrendous stories about the H.O.A, Homeowners Association, what they did to him. I mean, where is the incentive of the American dream of owning your own home if your freedom is totally taken away? Where is the incentive? The incentive to pay a high mortgage and high property taxes. Where is the incentive? That you have to get permission to plant a rose bush or tulips or zinnias or whatever.
Right?
There's no incentive.
Yeah.
Gee whiz.
Where is Jason? Where's he at? Is he all good?
His daughter's got she started T-ball season. You know how it is when you have kids. It's not not the father. I mean, it's not the father that makes the kids do all kinds of stuff. It's the mother that signs them up, because this way they can force their husbands to spend all of their free time with the wives and the kids. Listen, they can't fool old James P. Madonna. They can't get anything over on James P. Madonna.
James P. Madonna, the progressive discussion.
That's right. Let me ask the great mystical quartz crystal. Hold on.
What?
Let me ask. Oh, crystal pendulum. Was I correct about the women signing their kids up for everything so they can sucker their husbands into spending all their free time with them. Wow, look at it. Look, it agrees. Look at how it's turning clockwise. So, are women very insecure creatures that must have their husband or boyfriend's undivided attention?
Yes.
Jordy K says yes, and the pendulum says yes.
In a nice way. I don't mean to put it that way, but in a nicer way. But yeah.
Yeah, like in other words, like so, Crystal. In other words, they don't even want a man to have his own hobbies and interests and friends. Interesting. Interesting. Says yes. Would you consider that crystal pendulum to be very petty and selfish?
What, women?
Yeah, what about women? Yeah, it's saying yes.
No, not all women. Not all women. Some women, yeah. But not all.
No, but a lot of them are. Is this?
Yeah.
Does this come down to the pathetic insecurity when women pull these stunts? Yes, a big yes. Pathetic insecurity. Okay. I was gonna ask something. Do you think that what I displayed about the homeowners association just amounts to greed in the end times and control of it over we the people? Yes. Yes. Okay, I was going to mention something about Commodore Jeff Zambello was what he said about dulse, the seaweed dulse. Is it truly one of nature's greatest superfoods? Yes.
Wait, what was it called?
The North Atlantic seaweed called dulse. It's a brown seaweed that's harvested in your region of the world and also in the Canadian Maritime provinces. Is moringa another true superfood, which is the drumstick tree from India? Yes. Yes. What about spirulina? What do you think of spirulina algae? Okay. All right. I was going to ask something else. Oh man. I lost my train of thought, like Frank Costanza used to say, but it'll come to me. It'll come to me. You know, I mean, everybody's got. They all got the links. They all got the links. Andrew Anderson saw the link, and if he can come, he can come. I would love to have him.
What about Eric?
That was a great big burp.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, burping and farting. You know, you got to realize that in the colon, the waste matter is called putrefactive waste. And methane gas, yes, methane gas, you know it well. Methane gas builds up. And like my grandmother used to say, it's better out than in. When somebody farts or burps, that means it did not pay any rent, so it must come out.
It's better out than in.
Yeah.
I learned that. That's from Shrek. I learned that from Shrek. Better out than in. That's what makes my
out than in, man. But you know, women say, "Oh, that's disgusting." Hey, man, I rather.
It's a bodily function. We need to release some gas.
I'd rather flatulate than have gas pains in my bowel.
Yeah, because you don't want acid reflux or anything like that.
Oh, that's horrible. Acid reflux is I wonder if acid reflux and heartburn are synonymous with each other. I think acid reflux might be a chronic problem with.
I don't know.
Yeah, Bart Robinson had peach Crown Royal whiskey, but not Jim Beam peach bourbon yet. I noticed that the flavored whiskeys tend to be on the sweet side, like they have to spike it with sugar. Why can't they just spike it with the fruit? Why must people, and I'm gonna single out Americans, why must they have everything sugared down? You know, it's like Pepsi or Coca-Cola. Did you know the ones sold overseas don't have nearly as much sugar added as the Pepsi and Coca-Cola sold in the United States? The Ovaltine, you know, that nice tasty chocolate drink, the Ovaltine, and I know this for a fact, the Ovaltine sold in Europe and Asia has no added sugar. None.
This is the UK Pepsi. We don't have corn syrup, though. You guys use a lot of corn syrup, don't you?
Yeah, genetically modified high fructose corn syrup is toxic. It's very bad for your health.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah. You know, you try to avoid corn syrup, Mr. Jordy, please. You know,
okay. Yeah. Pepsi, like, they've dropped the sugar here because we get a booze tax here. We now get a fucking sugar tax. So like the sugar percentage is again.
You are a man of mystery because the lights are out, man. You are a true man of mystery.
Oh, that's my background lights. You can choose any color.
Okay.
It can go red, blue, green.
Are you still putting carbon effervescent vitamin C tablets in your craft beer?
Oh no, I only done that the one time for a joke. But yeah,
No,
I still
it's
take
not
them.
a joke. It's
It's
not
actually pretty good, man. It's actually pretty good. I've not done that since. Yeah, I've not done that since.
Do you know why it's not a joke? Because
Pardon.
Craft beer, not macro beer, but craft beer as in old world, old country ales and stouts and porters and lagers and what have you, are a rich source of B vitamins because of the brewer's yeast. So you're getting the B vitamins,
B12,
craft beer or ale, and then you add the carbonated vitamin C wafer that dissolves, and that makes it a great nutritional drink, or a great way of getting your vitamin C and B vitamins. I mean, no, natural B vitamin, not synthetic.
I mean, like, I like toast and Marmite. Marmite is a yeast extract product, but I fucking love it. It's full of vitamins. It's full of vitamin B12, vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin fucking E.
I would love to find that. I would love. What do you do?
Marmite.
Is it a condiment? Is it like piccalilli? You spread it on things?
Well, usually English people have Marmite spread on a toast in the morning. You can have Marmite on toast, but what I do, I eat it on toast, but what I do is I put like 2 tablespoons of Marmite in a cup, and then I add boiling water to it. So it's basically hot Marmite, and I drink that, and it's lovely. It's basically like a.
Is it called? How do you spell this? M-A-R-M-A-D-E?
M-A-R-M-I-T-E.
Oh, Marmite.
Marmite, yeah.
Oh,
Marmite.
okay. I'm gonna look that up on Amazon. Marmite, because you know what? Go ahead.
Sorry. Oh, you go.
When you spread something like that on like a multi-grain toast, slice of multi-grain bread, that's like having a bowl of porridge. That's like having a bowl of whole grain porridge. You know, I mean, that's a breakfast in itself, and especially it sounds good for people on the go. You know,
I love porridge. But yeah, Marmite is basically it's like a beefy, salty spread kind of thing. But you can make a hot drink out of it as well. Have you heard of a thing called Vegemite? Vegemite is the Australian version of Marmite.
No.
It's called Vegemite.
Vegemite?
VEGEMITE.
What is it? A concentrate of various plants, vegetables, and
It's a concentrate of yeast. It's a yeast extract. Yeast extract.
No, I'm serious. Yeast is a fungi. You know, it's in the mushroom family. It is a combination of animal and vegetable. It's a very interesting creature. The fungi family, and it's very high in nutrition of all kinds: amino acids, B complex, RNA, ribonucleic acid, which is an antioxidant. So Vegemite and Marmite. I'm going to look them up. And if they have websites, I'm going to put it on my Facebook group, Original Holistic Health Talk.
Hold on, I'll be back in a minute. I'll show you. I've got Marmite down the stairs. I'll show you.
And I also have a long-running, since 2012, Facebook group called Everything is Food, since 2012. And it is an international food and drink group. So, you know, feel free to join, post your recipes, post your photos, your videos. And that is fascinating. And now you see the beauty of Commodore Jeff Zambello, of an ad-libbed Jackie Gleason style talk show. I mean, just let the flow, let the tide take it. Let the flow of the tides take the show in the right direction. Last night, I learned a new phrase for excusing oneself: to go to a public restroom. The new phrase was, "Please excuse me while I visit the convenience." Well, I usually say porcelain throne, but you know. All right, let me. Oh, that's a pretty label. Hold on there, brother. Now, yeah, let me. Yeah, the light went away.
Sorry. There we go.
Oh, my nudge. Marmite. Me Marmite.
I don't think you can see it, but
is it powder form?
No, it's liquidized. It's like it's kind of like this as well. This is basically the same thing. It's a beefy.
What is that name in Scottish? Celtic. Does that mean your healthy balls, healthy testicles?
No, it's basically like beef.
Oh, beef.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, beef paste. So is Marmite a paste also?
Yeah, and I also want to show you this because, you know.
Oh, that's your brother, your little brother.
Oh yeah.
He's throwing the shot put there. Porridge. Oh, they spell it with one R in Scotland. Porridge oats. Original, traditional, smooth cut. You see, Scottish oatmeal, and Jeff Zambello knows, is very fine, like a farina, where Irish oatmeal is more gritty. Steel cut Irish oatmeal is more gritty, but Scottish oatmeal is a very fine. I want to see if I can get organic Scottish oatmeal. I mean, Bob's Red Mill doesn't have organic; they have regular.
There you go. That's Scottish language right there. It's coffee drink.
Best kept the baffies on. Grab a bowl of Scots and keep out of the windy. Feeling gallus.
Windy. That's it. Wait. All right, I'll do it right. So it's Offie Dreek out the day. Best keep the baffies on. Grab a bowl of Scots and keek out the windy. Feeling gallus. Windy is window. Gallus means happy.
Habit?
Yeah.
Well, you know, oats are high in protein and high in essential fats, and lower in carbs than other grains, and it comes in handy during the weather in Scotland because of the cold and the dampness.
I'm skinny as fuck, but I'm trying to say, like, porridge oats will thicken up your body. The Commodore will tell you all about that. But I've got to take a shit downstairs, so I'll be right back.
Are you doing nice slow repetitions with your dumbbells?
Yeah, yeah.
And you can even do isometrics. You like come almost to the top. Like let's say you're doing curls, you come almost to the top, and you hold it as long as you can, and you're fighting it all the way down.
Like I remember Arnold Schwarzenegger was talking about exercise and stuff like that, and he says, I only start counting. Wait, he was talking about when he does dumbbells, and he said, I only start counting when I feel the pain. So like, he will grab a dumbbell and he will do like that many, and then until he feels the pain, that's when he starts counting.
Well, yeah, you know why? Because when you're not feeling the burn, the lactic acid building up and the pain, that means you're only warming up. So you don't have to. So you don't really have to do warm-up sets. If you start an exercise, let's say it's a shoulder press, and you don't feel any discomfort, no burning, nothing at the beginning, that's your warm-up. That's your warm-up. Because warm-up sets are a waste of energy. Really. Yeah, they are. They are.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to take this shit downstairs.
Right. You'll be fine, man. When you start signing autographs, all those girls, all those groupies, you can flex your muscles in front of the groupies.
Hopefully.
Well, if there's more songs like that to come, the Vampire Dust, I guarantee you're going places, my friend.
Hell yeah, thank you. I'm going to take these. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Am I too loud or anything? Is that okay?
Now we're gonna play a little Herb Alpert and Tijuana Brass little dating game song. Commodore Jeff Zambello, if you've ever seen him work out, just catch my live shows that have the Commodore Jeff Zambello working out in his home personal training studio with the lovely fireplace and with mantelpiece behind it. Because when he attends and competes at the next vintage games by the Mayo, what's his first name again? Hellman's the Mayo. No, but anyway, Mr. DeMayo, his vintage games, he's supposed to have one in Orlando, Florida. So I don't know if it's written in stone, but Mr. Jeff Zambello doesn't want to be flying down there and spending money on a hotel and plane flight if it's not written in stone. And I don't blame him. Oh, well, it's great having everybody. It's really an invigorating show, and since it's so invigorating, I think it is possibly time for the spinning wheel of topics. That's right, the great spinning wheel of topics. The great spinning wheel of topics. All right, let me bring it up. The great spinning wheel of topics is coming. And I know people just enjoy the great spinning wheel of topics. And there he is. All right.
Who the fuck is that?
You get a kick out of the spinning wheel of topics. I know that. Here we go.
Capitalism.
Capitalism. Ooh, capitalism.
What does that even mean? What does that mean?
Capitalism?
Yeah.
Well, it's a form of government that the United States had and has, that has unfortunately went from a system of competition, which is the best thing that could ever happen to capitalism. It went from a system of competition to a system of monopolies, which is terrible. And what I just showed about the homeowners association and how they're treating people is one example of today's modern capitalist wickedness, which is controlled by greed, and greed is their god. Money is their god, and the bank is their church, which is, to me, it's Satan's work. So yeah, it's Satan's work. Well, the gentleman in the middle of the wheel is a very, very intoxicated Michael Hilton.
Oh, right. I've heard that name before, but I don't know who the hell he is.
Michael Hilton has been blowing away my show for a long time now, and disrespecting James P. Madonna, and he only goes solo. Yeah, he doesn't believe, he doesn't want fellowship with other people anymore. He just likes to blow his own horn.
Yeah.
He just likes to blow his own horn.
Yeah.
And well, capitalism, the direction it's going, it's more like fascism, which is, if you looked up the dictionary, Webster's dictionary definition of fascism, it's corporate control. You know, where the law-abiding citizens that vote pretty much are being disrespected. They have contempt for us. We're not important anymore, you know. Just the elitists are important, not us. And that's very sad. And something really has to be done. See, now I understand how the constitutionalist libertarians feel when they talk about the Second Amendment and the citizens being having the right to bear arms, because the right to bear arms is just in case we have a rogue government. And what do we have now? I believe we're in the end times, and I believe we have a rogue government. And the most rogue of all governments, controlled by greed and sociopathic tendencies and no compassion or empathy, would be what Russia is right now with Vladimir Putin. No regard for human life. You know, killing citizens in cold blood, and it's really a sad, pathetic situation. Okay. All right. Let us spin the wheel again. Da-da-da. The Pollyannas, yes. The Pollyannas. A Pollyanna. For those that don't know what a Pollyanna is, it's a sycophant that it's a suck up, it's a brown noser that just goes along to get along. They don't want to make they think everybody's wonderful. Life is wonderful. The world is wonderful. The government's wonderful. Everything's beautiful. Remember that sickening song from the 60s? Everything is beautiful in its own way. I mean,
I thought you were talking about It's a Wonderful Life by Black. Yeah.
That is a Pollyanna. They have no, they will not say any discouraging word about anyone or anything. So like you could show them the videos about the H.O.A. and they'll like say well, those people must have done something else to violate the rules and regulations of the H.O.A. Like, in other words, they'll, instead of sticking up for the elderly couple, they'll still suck up to the H.O.A. Now sometimes Pollyanna and sycophant are synonymous with one another.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's any additional comments that anyone that's hearing this show want to make about the spinning wheel topics, feel free to type or say what they feel. Like if you have something to tell me, Jordy, about Pollyannas, to me they're sickening people. Here, Commodore has something.
You know, I've never heard of Pollyanna before, so I have no idea what it is. What's the comment?
No, it's an actual, like sycophant, it's an actual English word.
Yeah.
And it means like they're it's like a delusional person that just sees the world, society, and life as a wonderful thing. Like nobody's bad, nobody's despicable, nobody's evil.
Do you mean like, especially like people who believe in like Scientology and all that kind of fucking bullshit?
Is that the Commodore and Jordy? Is that what those three monkey statues where they go, see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil? Would that be Pollyanna?
I was fucking brilliant, James.
Yeah,
maybe.
The monkeys see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. A Pollyanna is a sycophant. Believes they can reach their untapped potential, as is described
snake oil
by their carnival pitchman snake oil, circular centrifugal torque training coaches that they hero worship. Well, yeah, you know, the fools that use hype and emotion to get their suckers to come and spend their hard-earned money and give to them hundreds of dollars. They're suckering them in using emotion, which is hype. Notice that the carnival snake oil huckster or the carnival barker. Notice that the carnival barker.
I love that expression, snake oil. Can I just say that I love that snake oil?
You will get all excited, Jordy. They'll get all excited with emotion to convince you that what they have is the best thing since sliced bread. It's you know, it can't be beat. It's number one. And they'll use emotion. That's how they sucker you in. Instead of speaking calmly like the Shaolin monks or the true Pahlivans of Iran, or the true India people of the Akara in India, the Kushti practitioners. These people don't jump up and down and dance and yell and shout. They speak softly and carry a big stick, like Teddy Roosevelt. Like Teddy Roosevelt used to say. You can only the legendary Ronald J. Theriot. You can make millions in real estate with no money down. Yeah, remember that? No money down. What about buying things with no credit? You can have a brand new, you can have a brand new car of your dreams, and guess what? You can have no credit or bad credit. That's right. That's right. You can have no credit or bad credit. Just come on down to my.
James, can you pull me up for a second, just so I can show this off to Ronald? I was talking to him about this earlier.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
No, it's all right.
After I read this, carnival pitchmen, snake oil hucksters preach their false hype, but do not pay homage to the ancient masters. No, because they don't learn from history. They're doomed to repeat it, but they don't learn from history. Okay, let me pull up Mr. Jordy. All right, you're going to show the hooch? Jim Beam
Peach. My friend John was up last night. We were drinking it. Not a lot left of it. But it's 52.5%. This is Jim Beam Peach. I don't know if you guys can get it over there. I thought you could, because this is from Kentucky. But yeah, Ronald said he never had it. He probably can get it. He's probably just never had it. But I tried it straight, and it's very smooth. It's not like burny. It's not like, oh, this is so strong or anything like that. No, it's smooth. I've got it with some Coke now, though. I've done a review of it on my channel. Straight and with Coke. But yeah, cheers James, cheers Ronald, cheers Commodore, cheers to the chat. Ronald, you're awesome, bro.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. Jordy K, I had the honor of playing his newest song as the theme to my show at the beginning, and it's my favorite song so far.
Thank you for playing it, James. Thank you for playing it.
It's an outstanding song. Hold on.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's really great. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the wheel. What's that? Let me go back to the wheel. And hold on. It's common here in the United States. He can get that liquor.
Okay.
Says, but he's yet to purchase it. Well, what I said before is it seems like all the flavored bourbons and whiskeys tend to be on the sweet side, which is disappointing because I like to try a naturally flavored whiskey that just has the essence of the fruit. It's like I've eaten a sugar-free apple pie, a sugar-free apple turnover, or a sugar-free apple strudel. And let me tell you, it tastes, in my opinion, a hell of a lot better than the sugary, sickening, sweetened apple turnovers or apple pies. There's no need for all that sugar. You got the natural flavor of the apple, and lots of times they'll add raisins to it, and it's enough for me. I mean, it's sweet enough. They just have to sugar down everything. I think it's because I don't think it's necessarily because every American has to have everything like sickening sweet. I think they do it to cut corners, and so they can use less of the more expensive fresh fruit juice and essence. I think it's a way of cutting corners.
Yeah, like instead of artificial flavorings, because I hate artificial flavorings.
Well, the audience. Well, if you're dealing with the morbidly obese American audience, then they would want, you know, like the honey boo boos of the country. Then they want everything super sugary or.
I seen that honey boo boo on South Park.
And so I mean, obese slobs. Now I always wonder who the hell is bringing them all this garbage food if they weigh 500 pounds and they can't get out of bed. Obviously, their friends and relatives are enablers, because if they weren't enablers, these obese people wouldn't be able to get the garbage food. You know what I mean? You know, so anyway,
yeah.
let me mosey on back here.
I got a beer in the fridge I was going to show off as well, but I'll grab it after this bourbon and Coke. I'm fucking enjoying it, man.
All right, hold on. Hey, craft beer versus macro beer.
Oh, okay. Now we're talking.
Subject. Yeah, might get some raw knives. Like you, I would prefer the natural flavor without the sugar tack. I bought the new Penn Dutch strawberries and cream, 12.5%. I assume alcohol, but it should be called strawberries, cream, and a load of sugar.
12.5? Yes. Wow.
He showed that on cream. Ronald showed that on Fandango Friday, and I had a thought in the back of my head that it might be too sweet. So it's like it's a nauseating, overly sweet product. Yeah, I mean, it's like eating Pop-Tarts, or like, you know, when Alex the beer.
Craft beer versus American versus microwavers.
Let me finish. It's like Alex the beer masturbator when he did a food show about Pop-Tarts and Hot Pockets. That's an example of totally sugar down garbage. Yeah, now you know you have. You know, I'll start by mentioning macros that I happen to think are good, which you probably wouldn't expect me to say. I like the Modelo product line. Whatever. I like the Dos Equis product line. Mexico. Okay. Yeah. I like some people like, you know, Tecate, Sol, you know, but they're very weak. They're a little too seltzer-like for me. I like the Canadian macros, Molson's, and if they're still around, Moosehead. I definitely like the Genesee product line, Rochester, New York. So there are macros that are not bad. But then there are macros that are loaded with preservatives, and they use cheap filler, like cramming white rice into a burrito. They'll use possibly genetically modified corn. All right. They'll use white rice. They'll use cheap filler. Like I said, like white rice in a burrito. And those are usually the nationally advertised macros. Now, of course, craft breweries, they're all over. They're all over me. Oh, I forgot. I like Foster's. I like the Australian Foster's. It's Australian for beer, mate. I like the Foster's. I used to get the big, what do they call that? The oil can? All right. Let's see where. Great. it's exactly overly sweet. But the Pennsylvania Dutch strawberries and cream certainly takes it to the absolute limit. Oh, you know what I was thinking about when you showed that? I was thinking about Pepto-Bismol for some reason. Mexican beers use that.
BRB, guys. BRB.
What's that, Shorty?
Be right back.
Okay. Mexican beers use that Mexican maseca corn, which really does make a difference versus the U.S. corn. You know, I buy this pre-steamed, ground-dried corn, which is very similar to hominy grits from Latin companies. It's called masa arepa. I make what the Native Americans called an arepa. Well, no, that's the Spanish word for it. They make a corn cake that they fry. You can grill it too. Now, let me tell you, the flavor of that Spanish south of the border masa, especially the Peruvian choclo, which is like the best corn you can ever eat, choclo. Let me tell you, Ronald is correct. There is definitely a flavor difference in that compared to the mass-produced, factory-farmed, genetically modified Monsanto-style corn. There's no comparison, and it's really toxic to your health to eat the latter. German macros are great because they only use number one, barley, hops, yeast, with no added corn or rice. So that's the German purity law, right, Ronald? And they stick to the German purity law. Foster's uses Australian Pride of Ringwood hops, grown on only 2 farms, and they use a secret yeast strain that makes a difference for Foster's. So that's why my taste buds notice quality in those macros that I mentioned. It's not my imagination. Thank you for the history lesson, as only Ronald J. Theriot can explain it. Yes. All right, let's go back to the old muck and mire here. The wheel. Just want to make sure the wheel is still there. There we go. Yes. Pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. Like me, love me. Worship me. People that must be the center of attention, that must dominate every conversation, that must dominate every live stream talk show, that must constantly talk about themselves. And as soon as you start talking, they cut you off and they never reply or show an interest in you. No interest in you whatsoever. They go on and on and on and on about themselves. They're very braggadocious. And it's not just men, there are women like this, but it's mostly, I notice it's mostly men. There's something about these guys. I hate to say it, it's mostly older men. I don't know if it's male menopause that causes them to want to be a dominatrix of every conversation. So, well, Trader Joe's, they carefully scrutinize every product before they allow it in their store. So I trust anything that Trader Joe's sells. Like they have like a lot of food products in the frozen section, like that are from Canada, like their hash brown potatoes are not from the United States. They're not from Idaho. They're Canadian, and they're excellent, and they're cheap, low priced. So it does. Tommy Carroll. Yeah. Now would St. Pauli Girl and Warsteiner and possibly would that be considered a German mackerel, gentlemen? But anyway, that's pretty much insecure attention whore. Now, Commodore Zambello, did I pretty much sum it up with the insecure attention whores? And Jordy, did I pretty much sum it up? Or
sorry, mate, I didn't even hear anything that you said. I was down the stairs.
well, I was talking about insecure attention whores and how they have to dominate every conversation, and they don't reply to you or ask you anything about you. Like they don't care.
They're all about themselves. They're selfish
Yeah, it's
people.
all about themselves. Yeah, it's all me, myself, and I. Hold on.
EPA.
Now, Ronald Sutton does dominate, but he also does show interest in other people's ideas and such. He is handicapped by being deep into drinking by the time he goes live. Yes, I would say it's obvious that he definitely reaches intoxication before he goes live on anyone's show. That is very true. And that's probably why he just
Ronald Sutton.
He just
I've spoken to him before. That's the guy that's crazy about Ham's beer.
Yeah, that's that Mr. Hams. He's the one that just interrupts everyone and overshouts everyone down, and everything's about Ham's beer. He should, if he should ever make a spiral smoked ham, I think he should pour Ham's beer on top of it. Yes, St. Pauli Girl, Warsteiner are macros, but they follow the purity law for sure. Those Germans, they don't screw around. They don't make crap. Insecure, circular, centrifugal torque training coaches do not care about anything but themselves. No ice cold spring water for you. Clear out the gym. Jeff Zambello is talking about an experience he had where he went to a physical fitness seminar in my hometown of Lodi, New Jersey, at an alternative gymnasium health club, and the guy got like several $100 fee to do a fitness seminar, and guy from Southern California, he all he did was tell everyone to swing a very light steel mace for as long as they could throughout the whole seminar, and he walked back and forth and told stories and jokes, and when it came time to actually teach and instruct, he spoke for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes the most out of the few hours of the seminar. So he was definitely a snake oil salesman. He's a crook, and I called him out on it. And of course he got very offended and all that stuff. So anytime Commodore mentions something of this nature, it has to do with the time where he got ripped off of several $100, whereas he could have learned a lot more by watching free YouTube videos. Remember that, people out there, young people alike. Riddle, what is the most popular children's game in Germany? Is it, let's see, is it Scrabble? Is it Scrabble, maybe? Interesting. I imagine it's an educational game. Chess or Scrabble?
Chess, Monopoly, Scrabble.
I would imagine it's an educational game. You know, the first thing I ever had as a baby, my mother got me a set of wooden baby blocks with the alphabet and numbers, and I learned how to spell. While I was a toddler, I learned how to spell and pronounce English words, and I still think that's the first toy that any child should get.
Damn, James, you were smarter than me then as a kid.
Follow the leader. Oh, that's funny. Jawohl, follow the leader. In other words, they want the children to learn to follow orders and take instructions. Is that what you're trying to do? Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Puppy power.
Oh, man, that is funny. It's good to have a little levity in a non-levity world. You know, now there are people who go on these booze review shows that don't have any personality at all. They have no pizzazz and charisma. You know, they're like it's like they need to consume a whole bottle of Metamucil. Like they're really uptight. And
yeah, I know what
all
you're
they
talking
do is review the product, and that's it. If you mention any other subject, they have nothing to say. They just stare.
The guy I'm thinking about is from England. There's an English beer shipper, and he basically just goes, "This is the beer." Blah blah blah. I'm not going to say his name, but he's from England.
You know somebody like that.
Yeah.
So if
but he's my friend. But at the same time, I'm trying to tell him, you got to add your own personality. Don't be uptight. Just
in other
be
words, you can't
relax. That's how I am on it. I'm never faking anything like that.
Like if you mention, let's say you mention something about all the new photos and videos on Loch Ness showing a huge creature come to the surface, which it's true. No, I'm telling you the truth. No, don't laugh. No, these are real bona fide videos and of something huge coming to the surface. I saw them, and you mentioned it on a show. These people won't say one word about Loch Ness. They'll keep on talking about their whatever, their whiskey. You know what I mean? Like they have no.
I enjoy talking about beer. Like I actually love talking about beer. Like right now, this stuff is pretty hoppy. It's 3.6%. It's not bad. But would I buy it again? I mean, it's £1 a bottle. What is £1 in dollars? That's like 89 cents.
No.
Or something like that, ain't it?
I really don't know. I know the Great Britain uses the pound. They don't use the euro. That's all I know. I don't know what the exchange. Yeah, Germany was big on propaganda. All propaganda. And if you tell the same lie often enough, people will eventually accept it as truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what is it? Joseph Goebbels. Beer, always beer, only talk about beer. They are here to talk about beer. It tastes like biscuits. It's hoppy. Crackery breadiness. The creamy, it gives a creamy sensation in my mouth. It's creamy. Ooh, crackery bready. Speaking of Mr. Crackery Bready, he said to me on this past Fandango Friday, he said to me, yeah, sure, I'll be on the show. Yeah, I can come. I can be on the show. Yeah, where is he? I've done what?
Beers are always
5 hours and 50 minutes of you know what? I'm so sick of all these glitches. on these programs designed by pencil neck geeks like the person who owns StreamYard, Mark Zuckerberg, I get glitches galore. Glitches galore. This
Fuck
guy,
Zuckerberg.
this jumbaloni jabroni, it says that I've been on the air for 5 hours and 54 minutes. That's horseshit. That's total poppycock. Balderdash.
Bullshit.
£1 in dollars is like $1.39. Now, how about
Is it?
how about the Canadian dollar? Is that worth less than the
Oh,
US
okay.
dollar? I can't believe this. 5 hours? Almost. Oh yeah. What a bunch of hogwash.
Well, that's how much that cost them. $1 for any English pale ale by Marston's. This is my last bottle of it.
Well, hold on, man. Let me get a bird's eye view of you. You have any other light you can turn on? Because you're pretty much like a vampire, like your song. You're very vampirish.
It's dark in here, bro. Like, my ceiling, my light is fucked up. But
Yeah, but you don't have any dim light, like.
Nah, man. I've got a light on my. In fact, you know what? I can maybe fix that.
Put the bottle close to the screen, the camera. So EPA, what do you got? English Pale Ale, Marston's EPA.
It's pretty weak.
The guy's on stilts. 14%? 16%? I'm trying to.
3.6% alcohol volume.
Oh,
3.6%.
3.6% alcohol by volume. They have a image of a guy on stilts.
That's an in glass there.
78 cents, eh? You get about 78 cents, eh? On a dollar, eh? You know, eh? You know what I'm talking about, eh?
It smells citrusy.
Canadian people say eh all the time.
It's ridiculously bitter, hoppy, fizzy. That's all I can say about it.
I'm very happy that Jeff Zambello doesn't say "a" after every sentence because maybe the maritime provinces they don't say "a." Maybe that's that's probably the other provinces. You know what I mean, Mr. Zambello? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey. I don't understand why your microphone won't work, eh?
You still got me on the full screen.
Yeah, I know. Well, you're not shy.
Turn that shit off.
You're not shy, right? Well, you're getting darker and darker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know the Canadian Mounted Police with the Dudley Do-Right. Remember with the dimple in his chin? Remember the cartoon Dudley Do-Right always gets his man or savoir faire is everywhere.
I can't remember.
And it's weird that Scots hate England for ruling them, yet the British monarchs are actually Scottish. Well,
I love England. I love England. I love Ireland. I love England. I've got Irish friends. I've got English friends. I've been to quite a lot of places in England. My favourite place in England is Southampton. Southampton, right down the bottom of the United Kingdom map is Southampton. Sorry, yeah. I love England.
They all say, hey, thank you for informing us, Commodore, thank you for saying it. Now let me ask you a question, Jordy. Is Scotland like the Republic of Ireland? Is it officially separate from England?
Well, we tried to get independence back in 2014, but most Scottish people voted against it. So we're basically still British. We're still classified as British, but we tried to separate from England.
So, in other words, you are like Northern Ireland, or which is the capital. The capital is Belfast. So, your Northern Ireland is still under the British monarchy and government, right? The prime minister, and so is Scotland, because not all of Scotland is unified, wanting independence. Like the Republic of Ireland, they all, which is a Catholic country, they all wanted independence. Now, I think Ronald will clarify something. Zeto. In Canada, they don't have zero. Oh, they have zero. Oh,
what does that mean?
Zeto. Say it all at once.
Zero.
Zero. They have trouble pronouncing zero.
Zero. Now,
Jeff Zambello, in his home region of Boston, they still say CAH, C-A-H, instead of car. The R is not there. Pak instead of park. Chowder clams instead of chowder clams. Steamus instead of steamers. And instead of saying scallops like they do down here, they say scallops. S-C-O-L-L-O, scallops. Now I'm getting hungry for fish.
I love seafood. I love seafood.
Yes,
so
Northern
much.
Northern Ireland, Scotland, and Wales are still realms of Queen Elizabeth. Now, the Welsh have their own language, because I remember Richard Burton, the late actor who was Welsh, actually spoke a language when somebody said, "Oh, aren't you English?" Oh, I think it was Lucille Ball. "Aren't you English?" And he goes, "Bite your tongue. Bite your tongue. I am Welsh." And then he proceeded to talk in a certain language. Now, there's another area called Cornwall, which they call the Cornish, which is probably where the very tasty Cornish hens came from. Cornwall.
Cornwall.
Actually, the country of England it's about the size of Connecticut, if they're lucky. It's really pretty small. So, which is amazing how they had an empire. Really is. No, they said Zed. What the hell? Zed? How did they get zero? How did they get Zed out of zero? Gee willikers. Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Jamaica, etc., are also still under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. What about Barbados, the Cayman Islands, and Belize? Right, those are British colonies or former British colonies. It's funny how that works. They have independence, but they still are forced to recognize Queen Elizabeth II, or maybe they just affectionately like her. That's interesting. Queen Elizabeth is on all our currencies. Even, I wonder if French Canada, Quebec, I wonder if the currency in Quebec is forced to use Queen Elizabeth II on their currency. Because French Canadians, they tried to secede from Canada, right, Jeff Zambello? They don't like being part of the British colony Canada. Quebec. I think the capital is, what is it, Quebec City? No, I don't think the capital's Montreal. Quebec is how they pronounce. Barbados seceded from Elizabeth II in 2001 because they said it was too colonial for them. Now it's the Republic of Barbados with their own president. Okay. So it's really up to these former British colonies to decide if they want to be 100% independent. It's up to the people of these colonies. Queen's representative of Quebec. Yeah, I bet they're happy about that. A French woman from France who was a steady customer of mine when I used to work with seafood. So she told me that the French Canadians were originally from Normandy, part of France, which I believe is on the coast. Since the U.S. troops landed on Normandy, right? D-Day. Yeah, it's a coastal province with many with a seafood industry, many marinas. I saw the late great Anthony Bourdain was in Normandy one time, enjoying the traditional seafood being prepared by the Normandy people. 2021, holy moly! Oh, all right. Well, maybe it'll set a precedent, and all the other former colonies would follow. Are the Falklands still? Do they still belong to England? To the United Kingdom? The Falkland Islands off, I believe, the coast of Argentina, or as the British call Argentine. The Argentine military, Argentine. See, the great thing is if somebody's not on the show by way of webcam, they can always type their commentary, which appears on the screen in bold, living color. Marseille, France is the seafood capital of that. I think, well, then that must be, is that a Mediterranean province? Is that a south France, or is that like southern Atlantic coast? Oh, it's a southern province on the Atlantic. So it's close to Portugal, which is very big on seafood. There's several hundred different cheeses from France alone. Like every province has their own cheeses. I don't know. How do you say cheese in plural? Cheeses. But that's Archie Bunker. He said cheeses.
Formaggio.
Formaggio is Italian, and
Italian.
Fromages. I love the brie and the camembert. Marseille.
I know a tiny bit of Italian, but not a lot.
Okay, the Falklands still belong to United Kingdom.
The Falklands.
Marseille. Yes, Marseille. My tarot cards are called the Ancient Tarot Deck of Marseille. Very hard to find, and I found it. I got them on Margarita Island, Venezuela, back in the early 1990s, before Hugo Chavez. I found them there. They're not easy to find.
Marseille.
Fromage. Yes, Fromaggio.
Fromage is French. Formaggio is Italian.
It's Italian for cheese, which I happen to love. I love it to death. My mother once had a friend named Philomena, and her parents were off the boat from Italy, and she hated cheese. I said, "Are you from another galaxy or something? Like, are you from the Andromeda galaxy? How could any human being in their right mind, especially an Italian, hate cheese? How could it be? How could it be?" But she was a little slow upstairs. She She was a grown woman that allowed her parents to control her life. And she took orders from her parents, and she was like an older chick. So she had to be a little slow in the noggin.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that Britain still owns a mainland territory in Europe?
I'll do it in a British accent. Did you know
France
that Britain still owns a mainland territory in Europe? What else does it say here? And France owns an American country. No, that's completely wrong. I mean, I don't know why. I'm
Is this
talking.
French? Is it by any chance the Guyana? French Guyana?
Oh, okay.
Or is it Suriname?
I have no idea, man.
French Guyana.
French Indiana.
French Guyana. I know there's a British colony Guyana, and I know there was a French Guyana, unless French Guyana became Suriname.
Do you mean Princess Diana?
No. Guyana is spelled capital G-U-Y-A-N-A. Got like saying Guyana.
Guyana. G-U-I-A-N-A.
So French Guyana is still a colony. Now, what about your Antilles? No. What about the Netherlands Antilles? Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire. Do they still belong to the Netherlands, or are they independent? Now, you see how important geography and history is, you jabronis out there? Open your minds up. Learn something besides getting drunk. Doggone it. Damn it. Learn something. Educate your minds. Damn jabroni jumbalonis. Okay. Mr. Clean can't come because he's working until 7:30 p.m. That's a good excuse. That's legitimate. Let me see if I sent. Let me send him over. Let me see if I did or not. I don't know if I did or not. Okay. All right. Paul Anthony Mantia, performing artist and clothing designer extraordinaire. Paul Anthony Mantia. Let's see. Mr. Eric Fraunfelter is not around, even though he told me he will be on the show. I don't think the young man is reliable. I am sorry. He is not reliable.
What, Paul?
No, not Paul. I'm talking
Eric?
about Thomas Metal 75, Eric Fraunfelter.
Oh, yeah. Where's he at?
Yeah, he said he's going to be on. He said it Friday. I'm going to be on. I'm available. The Netherlands Antilles. Yeah, your Antilles. The Netherlands Antilles were declared independent countries within the Kingdom of the Netherlands, aka self-governing colonies. Well, that's nice of them. But I think they're civilized because of European colonization. I hate to say, if it wasn't for European colonization, they won't be civilized. All right, hold on there. I'll get the Gibraltar is the British mainland territory. In Europe, very tiny, but they belong to Great Britain instead of Spain. I believe that is the closest European point to Africa. Closer than the Isle of Malta. Closer, yes, Gibraltar is close to Morocco. It used to be called the Pillars of Hercules. The Pillars of Hercules in ancient times. All right, Jordy, I'm gonna zoom in on you, my friend. They make their own local laws, but the Dutch control foreign affairs and military matters. All right. So I guess it's sort of independent, kind of. Okay, Jordy, what are you doing here? Zooming in on you. I'm zooming in.
Oh shit! What for? Oh fuck! Oh.
You're gonna say something about Jim Beam Peach?
Oh yeah, it's good. It's a smooth ride. Like
What to say?
if you drink this stuff, if you drink this stuff straight, then it's really smooth. You know, my friend bought a bottle of this. Bought this bottle last night. You know, and like I'm drinking it tonight on the stream. I ain't drinking it straight away. I'm drinking it with Coke. It's fucking dark in here, ain't it?
Oh no shit! You got no light on.
Yeah, I do, man.
I've been telling you that through the whole show. Okay. Quartz crystal pyramid.
Like this, man.
Quartz crystal obelisk. Is the reason why Eric Fraunfelter is the reason why he's so unreliable? Is it because of over imbibing in alcoholic beverages?
Yes.
Wow.
That would be the same for me too.
Yes. A big yes, Ronald Theriot. Cheerio, Mr. Theriot. Massa Theriot. Cheerio. Eric Fraunfelter.
In fact, I want to say something quickly. Sorry, on you go. No, wait. I watched. There was a video. I think Ronald's watching it right now, but there was a video that I watched. It was a Pabst Blue Ribbon review, and it was from these guys called James Knott from. I can't remember the fucking name of the YouTube channel, but they said your name wrong. They said Ronald the Riot, and it's not Ronald the Riot. It's Ronald Theriot. But these guys got your name wrong. It was a Pabst Blue Ribbon review, and I can't remember who the fuck done it.
No, they said Theriot because they were mocking him. They know what they're doing.
Really?
Of course they do. Ronald, what do you think of that? If somebody on another show makes jests and pronounces your last name Theriot.
No.
Theriot.
Ronald Theriot. Yeah.
I always knew that it was Theriot because I oh man, like there's a gemstone. There's a semi-precious gemstone that's like olive green called a peridot. It's not peridot. D-O-T is pronounced like peridot.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. So Spain is squabbling over two tiny territories.
I can't remember the show. James Knott. What's the show called?
They really don't know French pronunciation. Okay, so in other words. Michael Hilton. Does Michael Hilton brush off the show also because of the fact that he's not truly sober, like he says? So he's full of shit when he says that he's living a life of sobriety.
Oh yeah, I'm living a life of sobriety. I'm sober.
So he's totally, yeah, right. So
Bullshit.
He's totally full of shit that he's living a life of sobriety. Yes. So is Eric Fraunfelter being inconsiderate and rude consciously? That son of a bitch. Okay, so it's not all alcohol.
I'm gonna keep it blue.
You know what? It looks good. It looks good, man. You look like a mysterious. You look like you're in a bat cave. You're like Merlin the magician.
No. Do you want to know what it reminds me of? The Blues Brothers. There's a scene in the Blues Brothers where they go to church, and James Brown is like singing these hymns, and like he's like, "I see the light. Oh my God, I see the light.
I see the light. I just broke the rubber band that was holding the
Oh shit, that's bad.
the polypropylene cord to my crystal obelisk. So now, now I have to use. Now I have to use. The copper divining rods until I grab another rubber band.
When you were talking about rubber bands, I didn't actually expect rubber band. I thought you were talking about something completely different.
You thought I was talking about the rubber band man? Who was that? The spinners?
No, I thought you were talking about condoms.
Condoms? You're talking about a prophylactic rubber, as Frank Costanza would say, or a raincoat.
A raincoat, yeah.
Oh, you finished work. You're going to the gymnasium. All right, Commodore. Oh, holy crap! He left without me saying anything. He does that. He does an Eric Fraunfelter. He just like woo, like a nanosecond. He's gone. You know.
Take care, dude. Stay positive, stay happy, stay awesome.
Don Juan, and then he's gone. He's one of those people that lives by the clock. My first co-host ever, starting in before 1995, the Reverend Dr. William J. Eiserman. I used to call him Clock King, who was an arch villain from the Batman series.
Yeah.
And he was clock, top, bing, bing, bing. Yeah, bing, 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 bing. Like he didn't even give me a chance to say thank you. I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna straighten him out, man.
Hold on, 2 seconds. I'm going to grab this weight and I'm going to put it over here. That's what I'm going to do.
He quits. You know what he's doing? He works 6 days a week. He's one of those people that he's a hell of a nice guy. He's an old friend of mine, but I'm sorry. He marches in lockstep to the man. Okay, he's a corporate controller. He's an head accountant of the accounting department, and the man, his boy, the owner of the company, some Lebanese guy, and he probably is. I don't want to say a slave driver, but a lot of them have attitudes. You know, I dealt with Middle Eastern people with money, and they could be assholes. Really. And that includes Israelis from the Middle East, like Semitic, Arabic. I'm not talking about the Europeans and Americans. I'm talking about people of that race. They tend to act like the whole universe revolves around them and no one else counts. And I've known restaurant owners. I've known people with money from that part of the world. Turkey, including, so his boss is Lebanese, but you got to have your own mind. I was never a company person because I was a proud Teamsters Union member for over 10 years. We rather take a baseball bat to a corporate person's legs than to kowtow to them. Yeah, he does that, but he doesn't give me a chance. You don't give me a chance to say, thank you for coming. I really appreciate you coming on the show. You did a great job. Thank you for your contributions to the show. I don't have any opportunity to say anything.
Yeah, he just cut it off.
He just splits. And Eric, actually, he splits faster than Eric.
Commodore is awesome though.
He is awesome, but man, I mean, come on. Just finished a 2-hour walk time for a cold, mighty Ballantine ale. That was the first ale I ever had in my life.
Mighty Ballantine ale.
like Genesee cream was the second ale I ever had in my life.
I've never had that before. I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
Mighty Valentine Ale.
it was decent. It's not a bad macro. Rolling Rock is not a bad macro either. Oh, I have to decompress a little bit.
Bitter beer authority. Bitter beer authority. Bitter beer. That's it. Bitter beer authority. I used to watch that back in the day. Ronald, that's how I also know about you. Like I knew about you before the fucking beer authority crap. Like I was 18 and I was just getting into beer, and I watched Ronald. Ronald was my favorite beer reviewer. He still is. Ronald is still my favorite.
Beer authority. Yeah.
Better beer authority.
Better beer authority. Yes, raisin balls. People with. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't. Son of a gun.
The wheel didn't come up on the screen.
I was supposed to reshare it again. I thought it was up there already.
No.
Oh, gosh. Hold on for a second. It took it away. This pencil neck geek that runs StreamYard, you know, he just does things on willy-nilly. You know, he just does things. I have it up. Son of a, really aggravates the crap out of me. Well, anyway, is it up?
Raisin balls?
Raisin balls. Raisin balls are, they could be sycophants. They could be Pollyannas. Or they could be pussy whip men that pretty much take orders from their wives, girlfriends, or fiancés. There are men out there who just take
I know what
orders,
we're talking about now because
take orders from their girlfriends, fiancés, or wives. And you know, if their wife doesn't like their hobbies and interests, they give them up. If their wife tells them, I don't want you going live stream and whatever.
okay, James, I used to have this mate, like my best friend.
Are you leaving because I'm talking about controversial subjects? Whatever, it's understandable. Take care.
Oh, thank you for stopping in, man.
Thank you for stopping in.
Appreciate it.
Anyway, let me get back to the raisin balls. There are men, yes, there are men that are pussy whipped, that let their wives, girlfriends, or fiancés control them. And there are Pollyannas that like everybody, love everybody, everything's great. Never say a discouraging word about a soul. And there are sycophants who are, you know, they're company people, the brown nosers, you know, and they are. That's why they are. The raisin balls would be more. It would be more the beta male, the one that is afraid that if they don't follow orders from their wives, girlfriends, or fiancés, then these women will withhold sex from them, and that would be a tragedy. Heaven forbid they should put their dignity and integrity and self-respect and their independence first, and be celibate. Heaven forbid that their life. Heaven forbid the woman in their life should withhold sex from their husband and punish them. You know, but that's more or less what a raisin ball is. Now, the question is, do I know people like this? Yes. Have I known people like this in the past? Yes. Yes, absolutely. I've known people like this. All right. Cheers. Mr. Terrio, I'll talk to you later. Cheers to you. All right. So that's pretty much Raisin Balls. Now, wait, what happened to Jordy? The subject of Raisin Balls and the beta male chased everyone away. That's funny. Okay. I have to very shortly be chased away for maybe not even 30 seconds or so because I have a very sticky glass and sticky fingers from me emphasizing my, talking with emphasis and spilling my John Croft fine ruby port wine on the floor and on my wonderful Dollar Tree wine glass and fingers. So excuse me. Hey, what's going on here, man? Cheers to you. Cheers to you. Okay, okay. Oh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh boy. Now that I'm back, now I might have to go to the bathroom. Well, I'm not going to worry because I don't have to go that bad. Let me come back. Well, thank you, everyone, for coming on the show. Now, to those that received the link but feel they are too important and they're legends in their own mind and they think they're celebrities that ignored my invitation, well, I have one message and one message alone. The center of my forehead is very itchy. Very itchy. Okay? That needs to be scratched. Okay. All right. Let me go to the wheel again. And then I'm going to close out pretty soon. From now on, whoever shows up, shows up. No more invitation. No more weekly invitations. Human sexuality. Well, the thing is, I'm not going to talk about sexual performance or sexual positions like I did in the past. I'm going to talk about the fact that stress is a killer of libido, especially for men. Stress kills erection. And it's very important for a man to do everything he can to reduce the stress in his life. First, in order to reduce the stress in your life, you have to find out what the sources of stress are in your life. You have to pinpoint them. And the ones that can be eliminated or greatly reduce are the first ones you should tackle. Those are the first projects for you. And then gradually deal with each source of stress according to the degree of intensity of the stress. Some forms of stress cannot be eliminated. You know, some forms are, it could be the company you work for, your employer. Maybe you have a asshole piece of shit scumbag employer. Okay, that is abusing his or her power. Yes, you heard me, her power, because any female management always abuse men that are under her. I don't mean a woman riding you either. I'm talking about a person in a position of authority that has subordinates that are male. And there's really nothing you can do about stress from your job except for leave that job and get another one. But there are many stresses that that men can deal with. Now, I was just saying, Jordy, about the subject of human sexuality that came up. I'm not going to talk about performance and positions and all that stuff. I want to talk about the fact that stress is very bad for a man's libido, for a man's performance, for the erections, and it's really best to find out where your stresses are coming from and try to eliminate them.
Libido.
Yeah, stress is bad for the erection. So it's best to keep the stress down to a minimum, and that is the most important aphrodisiac, because this old Mexican man in Acapulco, his name was Alfonso or Fernando, something like that. This was in the 1980s. He told me, he owned a little gift shop. He told me, James, the very best aphrodisiac in the world is having the right partner.
Yeah.
You have the right partner, which means compatibility, physical chemistry, romantic chemistry. You have the right partner. That's the very best aphrodisiac in the world. And of course, if you do have the ideal right partner, then you won't have a problem in that department with your libido and performance, because sex is mostly psychological. It's in the mind. So
yeah.
So let me ask the divining rods. Divining rods. Is it true that most of sexuality and sexual performance is psychological?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Kind of.
Is
like 80%.
Does the most men that have a problem with their erection, is it because their number one source of stress is having a bad female partner?
I'll tell you something.
Yes.
This has happened to me before, right? But only because I was in this lassie's house and our family was everywhere. Me and her were in this room, but our family, like her mother, her fucking blah, 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 her uncles, her aunts were all in this house. And me and her were in this room, and it didn't happen because,
You mean they kept on staring at you? They kept on looking at you?
No, it's just because they were there. You know.
Or they were chaperones, or is it because it wasn't a big place, or they made it their business to be there?
They made it their business to be there,
So
and
they weren't
also,
yeah.
like if we were like if me and this chick were having sex, right? Sex is fuck. If someone walks in, that was my concern, and that was her concern as well. So like fuck that shit.
So her parents were not respecting your privacy and her privacy.
Mm-hmm. This was ages ago. This was like 8 years ago or something.
They were being chaperones, sort of, like in the old days. Some cultures, if their daughter has a date with a man and they're not married, they send like a brother or a cousin, or they send a relative to make sure there's no hanky panky, Make sure they're not getting it on, like your song.
Keep on getting on.
Keep on getting on.
Did you like that new song, Vampire Dust? Vampire Dust is one of my new creations. I'm glad you fucking liked it.
Yeah, that vampire.
You gotta keep on getting on. You just gotta keep on getting on. It will get better soon.
That Vampire Dust.
Vampire Dust. Vampire Dust. That song was basically Vampire Dust. That song was basically. Have you ever seen Fright Night? Fright Night is my favorite vampire film from the 80s. And that song was basically inspired by it. I play two characters in that music video. I play the stoner, and I play the fucking vampire as well. Anybody who's watching this, look up Night Energy, Vampire Dust. And also, if you're new here, please subscribe to Progressive Discussions. Like this video, subscribe.
Well, thank you very much, sir. And don't forget to plug your pages. You have a YouTube channel and Facebook page, and Jordy K.
Yeah.
Jordy
The
K.
goofy, ugly ass Scotsman who doesn't give a fuck about what he's doing. Basically.
Well,
a 26-year-old who doesn't give a fuck.
I saved Vampire Dust, and
thank you.
Let's see. I am going to. You know what? I'm going to be on a little bit longer because. Hold on.
Vampire Dust. Vampire Dust.
Vampire Dust. Vampire Dust. Vampire Dust.
The reason, for everybody who's watching, the reason I am wearing shades is because I look fucking terrible. I know I look terrible always, but I'm stoned and I'm fucked. So shades it is.
Let's see. I have to. Well, I saved Vampire Dust because I am going to be playing that as my theme song. Yeah, that is my favorite. And
do you know what, James? Vampire Dust is my favorite too. Out of all of the songs that I made, Vampire Dust is my favorite. And Get Down with the Boogie.
There's vampire crabs. There's vampire, not because they're vampires, because their eyes glow, I think.
Vampire crabs?
The freshwater crab for the aquarium called vampire crabs. Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Fuck. Yeah. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, they're freshwater crabs. Hey, crabs! Hey, crabs! Do they get in Scotland? Commercial fishing industry. Do they find like snow crabs or king crabs or spider crab, whatever. They find cold water crabs up there.
Just basically cold water crabs. We don't get anything fancy. Just basically crabs,
You do have
scallops. We get this thing called we get this thing called cockles. If you've ever heard of cockles.
Oh, I love cockles.
It's like this tiny fish, which is in a tiny shell, and you need to get like these like needles to poke the fish out. Like it's called whelks, cockles or whelks. That's what they're called.
You know what I do with the cockles? I take the cockles and you clean them. You have to purge them. I think you have to put fresh water and a handful of cornmeal or flour or something, and they because they're filter feeders and they get the sand out. You know, you gotta make sure the sand is out of them. And then when you cook them with the seasoning of your choice, you know, you can have whatever you want. You can have a dark olive oil in there. You can have all kind of garlic if you want. You steam them, and they open up.
Mm-hmm.
And pour that over noodles,
paella,
or rice.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about tasty as hell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Pour them over like whatever noodles you have. If you have Asian ramen noodle, if you have spaghetti, if you have egg noodles, you know, like the Europeans put in their chicken soup. If you have egg noodles, doesn't matter. Put those steamed cockles that are seasoned right over that.
Hell yeah.
And that will be good. Now I have something I want to debut. I'll show you in a second. You tell me if it's worthwhile having. I'm going to oh, finally. Okay. Let me,
are you trying to screen share?
Oh yeah. I want to screen share something nice. It's something nice.
Something nice.
Well, let me wait for this stupid insurance commercial then.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Another one? So they're forcing 2 commercials on me? None of a bitch.
Yeah, YouTube is a pain in the dick for that kind of stuff. You know, advert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's this? Okay. Now, wait a minute. That didn't work.
Be right back.
Okay. Dang it. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna try to I'm gonna full screen this, and then hopefully theater. No. Well, if I go full screen, I won't be able to go back to StreamYard. Hold on. You hear the crackling now? Now, if I go to full screen, I won't be able to go back to StreamYard. I could go to full screen. There we go. I hear kids in the background. And that might be by Jordy's. Anyway, this is towards the end of the show. This is my fireside chat, the official Progressive Discussions fireside chat.
Boom.
This is the relaxing fireside chat. With the real snap, crackle, and pop sound. I was just mentioning I could go full screen with the fireplace, but then I won't be able to come back and see myself and you on StreamYard. For some reason, let me see. Can I do it here? Yeah, see, that's what will happen. I won't be able to come back. So anyway, I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna go eat soon. I just wanted to do a test run of the fireside chat. What do you think, Jordy? You like it?
I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you heading off now, James?
Well, I'm waiting to see if if Eric's around, because he must have just got home, because he just saw the StreamYard link.
Oh.
He just
Yeah,
saw it.
Eric.
He might come on. You never know. But what I'm going to do is, if you have anything to plug, whether it be your reviews, whether it be your music, whether it be your albums or whatever, I have to go start putting things away. I'll be back shortly, though.
Okay.
All right, and so you talk to the folks, and
okay,
and that's that. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, well, guys, this is Jordy K. My name right here is Jordy, the Goofy Scotsman, because I am. But my main channel on YouTube is called Jordy's Den. So if you type in JORDYS Den, then you'll find my YouTube channel. It's basically all about beer reviews. But I also run my very own music project called Night Energy. It's all me. There's no one else in the band. It's just me doing Night Energy stuff. It's all on the computer. It's like all computer based. I mean, my mate from America, right up there, James P. McDonough, shared that, played that in the intro, Vampire Dust. You can find Vampire Dust on my album called Clubs, Love and Drugs. Night Energy, Clubs, Love and Drugs. Vampire Dust is in there. Or just type in Night Energy and subscribe to Night Energy's YouTube stuff. Night Energy, Vampire Dust is probably my favorite song I've done so far, as well as Get Down with the Boogie. I mean, James loved Vampire Dust and he played the intro, and I'm very, 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 very appreciative to that. So, James, thank you for that, man. Thanks for that, man. I'm going to pour myself another drink, and yeah, Jim's Beam Peach with Pepsi. Cheers, everyone. Cheers to everyone in the chat. If you are new to Progressive Discussions, then like the video and subscribe. Everybody, please hit that like button. And everybody, if anybody is new here to Progressive Discussions, then subscribe. Because James P. Madonna is amazing. And we go live every Sunday and we just shoot the shit. I mean, anything goes here. We don't give a fuck. We talk about what we want. We don't give a fuck. We swear. We fucking, there's no censorship or anything like that. It's explicit content here at Progressive Discussions. I'm gonna do my own impersonation of James P. Madonna. So, James P. Madonna, Progressive Discussions. Join, subscribe, like now. Cheers. That's all I have to say. I gotta go and grab myself a can of Coke because I ain't drinking this shit straight.
I'm coming back. I'm back. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Jordy K, performing artist Jordy K, for that update and promo for yourself and for me too. I appreciate it. I want to thank everyone. Everyone is here. Bart Robinson, Ronald J. Theriot, Jordy K, Jeff Zambello, Masumi from Japan, Daniel Lopez, Enjoy the Decline, Tommy Carroll, everyone. I want to thank everyone for coming aboard, and I really appreciate it. And this is my fireside chat. Getting a shower and heading out for some dinner. Have a good evening, you guys. Yes, I will eat fairly well tonight, and you enjoy your evening out. And hopefully you won't have to get up early tomorrow on a Monday to do something that you don't like doing. Hopefully you'll be able to have a good Monday also, like myself. I will have a good Monday. I will have a very good Monday. I like I said before, Jordy K, that Vampire Dust, that is a great song. I'm very proud of you putting out a super high quality techno style song like that. And I look forward to jamming with you again, but this time you'll be on the computer with some techno sounds, and then I could join in with my African drum like I did last time. Just let me know when it will be good for you to do that, because when you go on, it's late at night, and I don't want your techno to be upsetting your family members.
Oh, it's all good.
But just give me a heads up ahead of time whether or not you can do it, and
yeah. James, thank you for playing my song on your intro for this video, and thank you for listening to my music overall, and thank you for appreciating it. Vampire Dust is probably the best song that I've ever wrote. And you can use, James, I've got my own album out. I've got like 30 songs or something like that. Any Night Energy song you want to use, fucking use it, man.
When I use one of your songs that I never heard before, and I use it on the show, it's like a surprise. It's like, I like that. It's a surprise because I see the name of the song, I see the video, and then I use it, but I have no idea what it sounds like. And then the surprise of it is intriguing, and but this Vampire Dust is really good. I'm gonna put Vampire Dust on my Facebook group called New Age Mysticism and Healing, where I have
thank you, man.
Paranormal, the occult, And all kinds of far out stuff on there, UFOs, and I'm going to put it on there because that's where I put all the good techno.
Thank you, thank you, James.
If you like far out stuff, you'll.
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
You'll love my page. I'll make you a. I'll make you an editor. If you want. If you put
Send me a link. Send me a link to the page because I don't know if I'm a part of it yet. I don't know if I've already joined. Have I?
Well, it's one of those pages that you click like to. It's not a group.
Okay.
Yeah, you click like to it, but then if I make you editor, then you can you can put your techno music on there, and you could put stuff on there like about ghost hunting and about I know Ireland and Scotland has these mysterious creatures, cryptid creatures.
There's a question, James.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you. Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
Because I do.
Yes.
I know ghosts are real. Ghosts are real.
I believe in ghosts. I believe in evil spirits. They're out there.
Yeah.
I believe in angelic beings, angels. I believe in extraterrestrials have been visiting our planet for thousands of years, and they're doing it more now than ever. I believe in mysticism. I believe in psychic people that are psychic mediums. They can see things. I know that children and animals can see things that we cannot see.
Yeah.
And you know what I want to start doing? I'm glad you brought the subject up. I want to start doing paranormal photography because what happens is when you take a photo, let's say it is a real old building. Let's say the building is like
abandoned, derelict.
Yeah, let's say it's abandoned. Let's say it was built like 500 years ago, and there's a lot of history there, right?
Yeah.
And you take photographs. You might find images of spirits on the photograph that you cannot see with your eyes. The camera has a tendency to pick up spiritual beings that the human eye cannot see, and that includes like shadow people.
Yeah.
JV's Hangout. Cheers.
Who's JV?
I don't know. Is that,
Cheers,
Jeremy Vincent? I don't know. I'm going to take a. I see the guitar. I see the initials. I see a man with dark hair. I know Jeremy Vincent plays the
Hangout. I've seen him before.
Yeah,
he's a cool guy. He's cool.
But I don't know if it's him. Oh, it is Jeremy. I guess right. It is Jeremy Vincent. How are you? Cheers and happy Sunday to you. You just caught the tail end of the show. We've been on the air since 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Jeremy Vincent is, I believe, in Arkansas. So I think he is Central Time. And we've been on
James,
for a while. Yeah,
it's been good to see. It's been good to actually talk to you again and come on the stream. You've got a haircut since the last time. You've got a haircut, ain't you?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah, it was good, mate. It was fucking good.
Yeah, I got a haircut. Yeah, this lovely Dominican Republic woman cuts my hair, and it's I don't have to really brush it. I don't have to worry about really fixing it, except even if the front goes anywhere it wants to go, it's not messy.
Yeah.
Because I told her buzz the sides and the back.
Yeah, get rid of the shorts, the sides in the back,
Yeah,
but always keep the fringe.
Yeah, buzz the sides, buzz the back, and leave the top a little bit longer.
I've always kept my fringe. I always keep my fringe because I like my fringe.
Oh, it looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good. We had, we had Jeff Zambello on video before, and we had a lot of people commenting. Ronald J. Tirio. It was a good show. It was a good show. Thomas Metal 75 said he was going to be on, but he
Eric, where you at?
Eric, he looked at the link and he just didn't decide not to come on. But he told me Friday he wanted to come on. So, oh well, what are you gonna do? But thank everybody, including Jeremy Vincent, for stopping by. And how do you go? Let me see how I go back to the old fireside chat. There we go.
James, thank you for having me on your awesome live show as always, and thank you for playing my song and intro. That means a lot to me, mate. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And I think you have a passion for mysticism and paranormal stuff, and I'm going to put you on there as an editor, and because I put all the techno there also. So you're gonna like that page once you see it, once you look it over. I have a feeling you're gonna really be impressed with it, and then let me know ahead of time when you want to do that jam session again.
Oh yeah, we got to do that again. But wait, when people often ask me if I'm religious, I'm not really religious, but I'm spiritual. That's what I say. I'm spiritual. Spiritual.
Well, you are a believer.
I believe in God. But I'm also spiritual.
But you have an open mind.
Yes.
See, like I give an example between a religious person and a spiritual person.
Okay.
You know that the Catholic Church left out of the Bible so many books are missing that were written to go in the Bible that were left out by the Catholic Church back in ancient times. And people don't know why all those books that were written by important people, that even people that knew Jesus, that were written, that were supposed to go in the Bible, were left out by the Catholic Church. Now, a religious person will say, "Oh, well, they were left out for a reason. They're all nonsense or lies, or they're bad." How do they know? These are like Mary Magdalene wrote her gospel, and I mean there are other people. The Book of Enoch that talks about something that happened during the Old Testament, Genesis. That was left out. I mean, how do they know? They don't know. They just know what their priest tells them they're supposed to know. But you have an open mind. Now, a spiritual person has an open mind, and they're willing to learn new things, and they know that if they believed the wrong information their whole life, they're open-minded enough to accept the truth, and they will, through understanding and knowledge, they will be willing to accept the truth. So spiritual people they're much more broader and open-minded than religious people. Independent free thinkers.
James, do you want to spin the wheel one more time before we go off the show?
I have to I gotta get the wheel back. Hold on.
Yeah, spin the wheel one more time, and then
All right. Let me get rid of this. Oh, I got rid of it. How come it keeps on crackling? If it says I got rid of it, why is it continuing to crackle?
Oh fuck! Is that me?
Hold on for a second. Oh, finally. Gee willikers. No, it's not you. It's not you. It was the fireplace was crackling, and I kept closing the screen and kept on crackling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Let me get the. Oh, my nudge. Hold on. Let me get the old.
One more wee spin of the wheel, and then
What
I'm gonna.
goes up must come down. Spinning wheel
Must come down.
round. Hold
You know, James P. Madonna is up in here. He's all crazy and he ain't no fucking queer. You know what's going on? He drinking that fucking rum. You know, he is fucking acting all awesome and he don't mess around with all those fucking stupid bums.
Thank you. You're very clever. All right, let's give it a one or two spins. All right, let me know if it's spinning. Hold on.
I'll mute my mic. Healthy living. Celery. I love celery.
Now let me ask you a question. Did the wheels spin pretty good?
Yeah, it was fine.
Or was it like not spinning?
It was fine for me.
It was spinning good. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Healthy living. Well, this is a really broad, in-depth subject, but I've been studying lately the importance of what they call microbiome, which is the good bacteria that live in our intestines that is vital to good health, and it controls a lot of things like your immune system, nutrition, detoxification, getting those toxins out of your body completely, which exits the colon, and they're good bacteria, and certain stresses of life kill them. So to get them back, we have to eat what they call prebiotics. Like it could be flaxseed, ground flaxseed. It could be bananas. Bananas are a good source.
James, is that called blue Stilton? Like there's a cheese called blue Stilton and it's got like healthy bacteria in it. Is that what it is? Like the bacteria? Blue Stilton.
The Stilton.
Yeah.
I've had Stilton before. I like it. Yeah, no, it's good. It's got healthy. Yeah, it has the probiotics, bacteria in it, right? Just like kefir or yogurt or what do you call it? Kombucha or
cauliflower with cheese.
Well, it has to be the really fermented product. Anything that's really fermented, like sauerkraut, is really good for you. And,
in fact,
and fiber in your diet is what feeds the bacteria. So you got to eat high fiber, any which way you can get it.
Yeah. James, I want to see how you make a lasagna.
Well, a lasagna is something that's made in layers.
Yeah, I know. Mince and then a layer of pasta.
First, you gotta have a big roaster pan. I like the disposable aluminum ones that you can throw away. You don't have to scrub anything.
Yeah.
So you get the roaster pan. You gotta have the tomato, good spaghetti sauce. You gotta have good mozzarella cheese.
Bolognese.
You gotta have ricotta cheese. You you got to have the lasagna noodles. Lasagna noodles are big, wide, flat noodles. They're curly on the outside.
Yeah.
Now,
The flat.
it's one thing I remember. When you make lasagna, you only boil the noodles like maybe about one third of the way, not even one half boiled. You have to cook them a little bit, and I'll tell you why. Because they have to go. The lasagna has to go in the oven.
Yeah.
Later on, you don't want a mushy lasagna to fall apart.
Yeah.
Right. So you boil them a little bit, just so they bend like a diving board on a swimming.
It's a little bit crusty, like crispy.
Well, like rubbery, but stiff.
Yeah.
You gotta be stiff. Now, you put on the bottom of the tray, you put some spaghetti sauce. Then you lay the noodles out on the bottom, all the way, the whole square. You lay them out. Then you put ricotta cheese, spread it out like you're spreading jam on a piece of toast. Spread it out. Then you put the slices of mozzarella. You put that on top of the ricotta. Then you put more noodles, lasagna noodles. Then you do it again. Sauce, spaghetti sauce.
Nice.
Spaghetti sauce, ricotta cheese, mozzarella cheese, and more noodles. Spaghetti sauce.
James, I want to try your lasagna. I want to try your lasagna.
Now you do it. You keep on stacking it until it's at the top of the roast.
Yeah.
So you got the sauce, the two cheeses, and more
formaggio.
More noodles again, and the spaghetti sauce, the mozzarella cheese, the ricotta cheese, more noodles. So now it's stacked up there, right? Now on the top, you put spaghetti sauce. You're already done stacking it. You put spaghetti sauce and your cheese is on top. Now it's ready for the oven. Put the oven, don't put it on too high. Put it on like, I don't know, like 300, 350 degrees, or, don't put it too high. Like, make believe you're baking a cake. Put it in there, and when you see all the cheese on top melted, and you see the lasagna noodle like starting to get a little bit brown, it's ready. It's ready to come out. It's ready to come out. But bake it good until all the cheese is melted and the top is browned, light brown. Take it out, let it cool off, and then you get
talking about healthy living. I fucking love celery. Celery. I love celery. Do you like celery, James?
I noticed that celery is used a lot in seafood recipes.
Mm-hmm.
And celery is tasty if you put like cream cheese on it, or
also if you're at a very expensive place, like a posh fucking bar, and if you ask for a Bloody Mary, which Bloody Mary is basically vodka with tomato juice, you get a stick of celery in there.
Well, it's vodka, tomato juice, and a splash of hot sauce, hot chili sauce.
Tabasco,
right? And they put a stalk of celery. They stir it up.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need a stick, or you don't need a spoon because you got the celery.
Yeah, and then you just go.
Make sure you peel. Make sure you get a potato peeler and peel the celery skin. There's like these little fibers that get in your teeth. You got.
The strings of celery.
Peel that off. And no, celery is good for you. I
love celery. I love celery.
Celery's got good electrolytes when you're working
James,
out.
When I was a kid, I used to eat celery. Like every other kid would eat like fucking sweets. Me personally, I like celery chopped into tiny bits, and with a tiny bit of salt on there. Washed celery with a tiny bit of salt. Oh yeah. I still love it to this day. Hey Bart. Hey GV.
Yeah, Bart Robinson gives greetings to Jeremy Vincent from musician from Arkansas. All right, now celery. Now the carrots I like are the big fat dirty ones that are like not the pretty little skinny orange ones. You know, well they're orange. I mean they're still very orange inside, but the ones with the ones that are really fat, but they have like beat up looking skin and you know dirty, and you got to peel that off. Those carrots are like they're grown the old-fashioned way. They taste really good.
You could make carrot and coriander soup.
Yeah, with beef or mutton. I never had mutton. How is mutton?
Mutton is basically like do you know what corned beef is?
Yeah.
It's basically that, man.
I thought mutton was like a full-grown sheep. The meat of a
No. Like corned beef is the Scottish way of saying like us Scottish people have different ways of saying things. Like corned beef is mutton. Like, do you want a piece of mutton? That basically means do you want a beef sandwich?
Isn't that raw meat that's marinating in brine in salt water?
Yeah.
And spicy.
Yeah.
Okay. And
yeah.
it gets really red.
Well, when it's in the packaging, it's brown. It's like grayish brown looking thing.
That's because of the fat, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's smoked as well. They smoke it too. That's why.
I love corned beef. You know what I did? I made.
Me too.
I made the corned beef and cabbage, and with big carrots in my Chinese steam pot. I didn't even have to boil the corned beef.
James, you had corned beef, cabbage, and carrots. That's a Scottish dinner right there. But yeah, you gotta add some potatoes. You gotta add some fucking some gravy. You gotta add some fries. You know.
Yeah, but
that's Scottish dinner.
But the carrots, not the potatoes, but the carrots and the cabbage has to go in last, because if you put the carrots and the cabbage and cook them too long, they'll turn to like porridge. They'll become like mush.
You like mushy.
Mushy, yeah. No, you want a little firmness to the cabbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love cabbage.
Me too.
And the corned beef, and I for St. Patrick's Day, I got a big corned beef brisket, and I ate it until I bust. Not only did I eat it the day I cook it, but I was making corned beef sandwiches with brown mustard for the next few days. I was eating corned beef sandwiches, you know.
Yeah.
Yep. So, Jeremy, have you been playing local establishments in a band? Have you been playing often? Because I have a couple friends that are, one particular friend that is a rock musician from he toured with Billy Preston and everything. He was supposed to be on the show, but he was busy doing a project.
James, does JV have a band?
Yeah.
What's his band called? Because I don't know what it is.
That's Paul. Well, Paul's band. He doesn't. His new band. He doesn't have a name for it yet. But I know.
Wait, no. What about JV? JV.
I don't know. I don't know what his band is called. I don't know.
JV, post your band in the comments, and I'll hit you up, man. I've got my own band too. Well, it's not exactly a band, but it's my music project. Yeah. By the way, James, see every one of my songs. It's all started from scratch. It's all me, but it's all on the computer. It's all, you know.
Yeah. You could post Anything about your music on that Facebook page. Once I make you editor,
Thank you.
you can post all that great music. The only thing, don't post anything like sad and romantic. You know, like people that are crying. You know, like crying over a girl.
I was just the big. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I won't play one of Rose assholes. Trust me.
I know. Eric's band is Oxblood Forge. I know.
Yeah. Everybody, look up Oxblood Forge right now. Heavy metal. Thomas, aka Eric, he's a fucking awesome guy. Subscribe and like to Oxblood Forge. Also, subscribe and like to Night Energy, because that's my music project, and you know, Vampire Dust is probably the best song that I've done so far. You know.
All right, one more spin before I'm off to have dinner. Here we go.
Yeah. Car Shield.
Okay, Mr. Clean told the story what happened to him. I don't know if any of you people are familiar with the commercial in the United States called Car Shield. It's like insurance for auto repairs, and you pay premiums like car insurance, and if something happens to your vehicle, you supposedly get it fixed and you don't have to pay anything. Well, guess what? My friend, Mr. Clean, found out the hard way that Car Shield only agrees to pay for certain things with your car. If other things break down, they won't pay for it. So it's a ripoff. It's a ripoff. It's a catch to everything. Now, people that have downloaded on the car apps where you can buy any car you want for a big discount, like Vroom, Carvana, there's some catches to that too. It's like every business today has a catch. You know, the fine print, the disclaimer. They're all lying bastards. So be careful. As a consumer, be very careful these days. You know, just be careful. But anyway, that's it. I will keep in touch with you on Facebook Messenger. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Can you